Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's pep talk video, I am going to do 11 ways to help yourself get out of a depression, or maybe you're not in a full-blown depression, but maybe you're just feeling kind of sad and off and just sort of in a weird funk that is not like you. The last year and a half has been an interesting one for a lot of people, and I think people are just battling their own things. So if this is something that you are currently going through right now, feelings you're having, or you know someone that is going through some sort of depression, I came up with 11 things that you can do to try to get yourself out of it when you're in one of those weird sort of funks. So in no particular order, I wrote down 11 things. And a lot of these I have done myself when I've just kind of been in a weird mood, and they really actually help. So, we're just gonna start off the list. So number one, I wrote to get therapy. So I think it's really cool. 2021, finally, the stigma for mental health is starting to lift. I think we still have a ways to go, but people are at least talking about it now. And I think it is one of the most courageous and smart things to do for yourself, whether or not you are battling depression, anxiety, or you're just in a great mental state. Therapy can help with so many different things that maybe you don't even realize that you have repressed traumas from your childhood, or maybe something more recent. Maybe you're stressed at work or you're in school and you're just overwhelmed with things. Therapy can be super helpful because one, it's someone way outside of your realm of people, so they don't have any biases, they don't have their own opinions on people that maybe have caused certain things or situations. They're someone that isn't connected to it, and they have literal education. They've gone to school for it, so they have knowledge of how your brain works, what happens in certain situations, and they can just kind of help you in almost an analytical way to process different things you're going through and maybe why you're going through those things. I have found in my experience with therapy that it's just really helpful for that. Maybe things I'm not even thinking about, I didn't even realize affected me in certain ways, weren't brought up until I finally said them out loud to a professional. So if you have access to a counselor or whoever, I know a lot of colleges actually have free counseling, so if you're a student right now, I definitely encourage you to check out what your campus offers. But if you are outside of the college realm of things and you're just in the full-blown adult world, I guarantee there are places remotely that you could go to, or there are a ton of places online. I can think of a couple off the top of my head actually. One of them is called Faithful Counseling. Another one is called Get Better, that I know are very reasonable in cost if money is an issue. And you can pick your counselor, and then with that, you can even message them throughout the week on top of having weekly sessions if that's something you desire. So that was my whole spiel on therapy, but therapy is super, super helpful when you are not feeling your best. Number two, I said, is medicine. Get medication. Obviously, this is not for everyone. This isn't something I'm going to push on to anyone, obviously, but I think this is another thing that there is so much stigma around. And first of all, there is medicine for a reason, and it is to help us. Second of all, depression, like other psychological disorders or things that people struggle with, is a literal chemical imbalance in your brain, and maybe you just kind of need like a boost. Like I said, maybe it's situational depression. It's not something you usually go through. Maybe it's something that you're kind of is in your body. And so a lot of times with medicine, it can help release the hormones and the chemicals that are supposed to be functioning normally in your brain already. So I'm a big advocate for medicine. If that is something that you need, I would not feel shame in getting it, and just know that if it's gonna make your overall lifestyle better, do not hesitate to try it. I know there are a lot of different medications for depression, anxiety, all those things, so you might have to try a few to see what works best with your body chemistry. But if you need it, then you just need it, and maybe you'll take it for years, maybe you'll just take it for a few months. You just can kind of feel out how your mental state is as you progress in it. That is number two. Number three, I wrote, is what you eat. This is something I feel like I fought for the longest time. So I remember my mom would always be like, well, what are you eating? Are you eating a lot of sugar? When are you drinking your coffee? Like blah, blah, blah. And I was always like, always just kind of annoyed, like just very like mom things. And it's funny because now, obviously, as I've grown older and I pursued a career in fitness, not necessarily nutrition, but nutrition just kind of goes with it. I have done a lot of research on that myself, and it is insane how much food affects your mood and how much food affects your hormones and just everything that is going on within your body. But if you are eating a lot of sugar, if you're not getting the proper sleep because maybe you're drinking caffeine at like 7 p.m., which I get, I'm guilty too, but it definitely can affect how you feel. So it's just something to be aware of. I'm never someone that's like, oh, you should just cut things cold turkey unless it's actually like really harmful to your body. But sugar, I mean, we're all gonna have a cookie here and there. We're gonna have other snacks that have sugar in them. It's just kind of inevitable. But you can limit how much you're eating, and I know that that can help improve your mood as well. Number 4 I wrote is to help someone else. Seems kind of counterintuitive. It's like when you're in a bad mental state and you feel sad and maybe you're literally having a hard time getting out of bed, it's like all you can think about is yourself. It's just like me, and this is going on in my life. Like, I'm so sad because of this, I'm so upset because of this, and it's just you feel like you don't have any emotional or mental energy to expend on other people or other things. And actually, oftentimes it's the opposite. When, let's say, you call a friend that is going through something really hard themselves, and you can be there to encourage them or say nice things to them, help them, or maybe you literally just go volunteer at the food shelter in your town, or you help someone with bell ringing, or you help some old man break his yard, or so many random examples. But there's just a lot of things that you could be doing for other people, and I personally think this has been one of the best ways that has helped me when I've been in weird funks, is just taking my eyes off of myself and going to help someone else. Because one, it's like you help that person so that person feels better, but then you feel good too, because it's just a ripple effect. You help them and you know that you did something good, so then you feel better, and it really does help boost your mood. So highly encourage helping someone else when you were in a weird funk. Number 5 I wrote is arts and crafts. In college, I was a pre-OT student for a while, and so we'd have to get different hours to cover the bases, whatever. And so for the psychiatric unit, every single day they would do arts and crafts with their patient. And I always thought that was really interesting because I just personally would have never thought of that, but it really is a form of therapy, because it's, in a sense, again, getting your mind off of what you're maybe ruminating on and putting it on a piece of paper or on a canvas or on a wall, whether that's drawing, that's painting. I know for me and maybe some other girls, doing your makeup can be really therapeutic because it's like you're literally creating something on your face. Or maybe it's repainting the walls in your house. Anything that's kind of artsy, I know can really help to boost your mood as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 6 I wrote is to journal. A lot of times when we're in those weird funks, it's like we just have so many built up thoughts and emotions, and if you're not very good at expressing it verbally, or you don't really have anyone to talk to, this is a really good way to just kind of brain dump, just puke it all out on a piece of paper. And one thing I really love about journaling is maybe if you're talking to someone, whether it's a counselor, whoever, maybe you're just still like a little bit hesitant to actually share the full transparency of your emotions and what you're actually thinking, what you're actually feeling, maybe things you've done in the past that you were really regretting or you feel really ashamed of, or like whatever could be going on in your brain that is just making you feel weird. Journaling is just such a safe way to be so honest. It's like you can literally just cuss up a storm on a piece of paper if that makes you just feel good, like help you express your anger, or maybe you're so mad about something, or so just like confused, or maybe you really freaking hate your coworker, or you're really mad at your ex-boyfriend or your ex-girlfriend, and there's just no holding back. And I encourage you not to hold back, just be so real with your emotions and just write it all down. because one, a lot of times once you just get it out, you are just gonna feel so much better. And number two, I know sometimes it's like once you finally write it down, you can just kind of see, it's like you know what you're thinking and what you're feeling and all the things, but sometimes just looking at it afterwards is really helpful to you, because you're just kind of like, whoa, like I know I've done that before. Like maybe I've wrote something and I'm just like, it's like I almost didn't even realize I was thinking or feeling a certain way about something or someone until I actually wrote it down. And I don't know, it just helped me understand the situation better. And there have been times where I've done that and I've just instantly gotten over things. It's like the weirdest, it's the coolest thing, but I don't think I would have maybe moved past it or healed from certain things as quickly if I wouldn't have processed it and just took the time to go through the emotions, which I understand no one wants to do. I don't want to do that either, but I believe it is helpful. And I think that is a really safe and raw way to express your emotions and just help you feel better. Next one, whatever number it is, I said to talk to a friend. Maybe you do not have access to a therapist. Maybe you're not super close to any family members, but maybe you just have one friend. Like I just pray that you have one friend that you can just be so transparent and real with, like an actual friend, what a friend should be. And you can call, you can go hang out with, you can go get ice cream with, and just really talk about life and what is going on. And if the friend is a real friend and actually cares about you, they're gonna, one, want to listen because they care, and number two, they are going to encourage you and maybe help you with things, maybe help you with your perspective, maybe literally like physically help you with things. So I just think it's another way to get it out and just form those bonds with people and help yourself feel better. The next one I wrote is to exercise. Again, I know it sounds kind of counterintuitive when you are just, maybe you're at the worst of a depression. And I know when you are there for those people and those times, depression can literally be debilitating and maybe you can't even get out of bed. It just takes all the strength in the world to just get up and go take a shower or go get dressed or just go to work or whatever. There's a lot of people that's called high functioning depression where they can go about their days, but they're still not feeling very good. But if you are at the more extreme side of the spectrum, I know doing any other activity literally sounds like the last thing that you can do. You just can't even fathom finding the strength to do it. But I can just guarantee if you can get yourself up to go exercise, whether that is literally just YouTubing a 10-minute workout video, maybe you're not ready to drive to a gym to be around people, or you can do it in the safety of your own home and move that way. Maybe you go for a walk outside, maybe you have a dog or a cat or some form of animal. I see people walking their cats these days. So whatever, you can just go take your animal for a walk. Maybe you can go shopping if you feel like you can get yourself out of the house and just walk around the mall, like just something to go move your body. It is literally physiological. Endorphins are released from your brain that make you feel happy after you work out. I promise you, you are going to feel better after you do it. The next one I wrote is to pray and spend time with God. I understand not everyone listening to this may be a Christian or may believe in God, but I guess for me, I am a Christian. I do very much believe in God. I just know how beneficial having a relationship with Him is to a person's life. It's ultimately what we're all created for. And so if you just take that time and get on your knees and pray to God, that's kind of like another form of processing and sort of venting it all out and just talking to God. He's not going to be surprised by anything that you're feeling or any situation, so you don't have to hold back with Him either. And so just literally tell Him your feelings, the good, the bad, something that's frustrating you, the thing that's making you really sad. Maybe you don't understand why you're sad and you're just like, what is going on in my body? I've never felt like this before. Like, it could be so many things happening on a physiological level that maybe you've never experienced, and so that's really frustrating because you're just confused by it. But just talk to God, and I know God cares. Like, don't feel like you're sitting there and you're complaining. He wants to spend that time with you. He wants to be there for you. Just do that. And then read the Bible. Read encouraging scriptures over your life. Maybe you just feel like you have no purpose for your life, or you're just struggling with all these things. Like, there's so many things on God having a plan and a purpose for your life, and you just being so special to him, that he knitted you in your mother's womb, that he knows the number of hairs on your head. He keeps a bottle of the tears that you cried. Like, oh, that makes me like emotional. That's just like insane that God cares for us individually so much. So just know that spending that time with God is going to make you feel better. A lot of times I will literally feel his Holy Spirit presence. I will feel peace come over me. Like, sometimes I'll just feel like any darkness or anything that is maybe like around me or on me just be lifted. I highly encourage that. And then also with that, you can listen to worship music throughout your day. You just need it on in the atmosphere. I know I'll do that a lot. Or I listen to a lot of sermons online. I have some favorite preachers and pastors that I think are super genuine and knowledgeable. If you need suggestions or recommendations, I can definitely hit you up. But yeah, just listening to things that are encouraging and that are going to help shift your perspective in your mind is super helpful. The next thing I wrote is watch something that makes you laugh. There's literally so many funny things everywhere you go. I feel like it's always flowing in my head kind of, but at the same time, maybe it's like muted down during the times of weirdness. But if you can be super intentional and seek that out, whether that's literally watching SNL skits, or maybe that's scrolling TikTok. I found that to be one of the funniest places. If I just want to laugh, I'm not maybe even having a bad day, I just want to go laugh, I'll just literally scroll through TikTok, and there's just so many funny people, there's so many funny situations. Humor is just so unique, and there's so many levels and degrees to it, and I don't know, I just think it's kind of fascinating in itself. But making yourself laugh is gonna make yourself feel better. So go find something that you specifically think is funny. Maybe that's a certain TV show. Friends is always a good TV show to make you laugh, or maybe it's a YouTuber that you really like, or I don't know, it just could be anything. Like, maybe it's someone that you just think has a funny personality, and maybe they just talk about like exercise or something. Not that funny, but the person's funny. Go find something that you enjoy, that you're gonna laugh at, and I know that's going to boost your mood as well. And number 11 I wrote is your self-talk. It's kind of like journaling sometimes when you just get it on paper. So if you just kind of do the same while you're sitting, and maybe you're just in a weird funk and you become really aware of how you're talking to yourself, it can be a game changer. You can stop your thoughts. It literally says in the Bible to take every thought captive. So maybe you're just like, oh, like I'm never gonna pass this class, or I'm never gonna get the job that I want, or I'm never gonna this, or I'm so ugly, or whatever mean thing that you might be saying to yourself. Just really watch what you're saying and try your hardest to stop those thoughts, stop those ideas, because I am 99.9% sure that they are lies from the devil just to put in your head to make you feel discouraged and icky and just feed the depression and whatever is going on within you. And so if you just become more aware and can be like, no, I am gonna pass this class, I'm gonna get my dream job, I'm gonna be the wealthiest person in the world, maybe not in the world, but just whatever, I'm gonna have all the financial freedom, I'm so pretty, I'm so smart, I'm so funny. Just saying all those things to yourself really help boost your mood too. And the more you do it, the more you're gonna start to believe it. Even if you say it and you're just like, oh, I don't really believe that, I'm just saying it to say it, fine. Just keep doing it, and soon it'll become a reality, and you'll just feel better, you'll feel more confident and better about yourself in general. Again, those were my 11 ways to help yourself get out of a depression. I hope that this video was helpful. If you are currently in the midst of a weird depression, a weird funk right now, and you just need someone to talk to, definitely don't hesitate to reach out to me, and just know that you're not alone. I know that there are lots of people that are either feeling that right now or have felt it at some point in their life. And another thing to just keep in mind, I know when you're in the middle of it, you just feel like it's gonna last forever, it's gonna be forever, you're always gonna feel weird, you're always gonna feel off. That is false. I promise you it will not last forever. It won't. Something is gonna happen along the way, whether it's just you helping yourself, maybe you moving, you meeting this epic new friend, you going to a new church. You won't be there forever. So just have faith in the process that someday you can look back on that and just see how much you've grown, see how much you've learned, and therefore take those experiences and then go help other people. I have faith that God will help you. He'll give you peace, he'll give you joy, he'll restore whatever in your heart that you feel like is broken or is hurting right now. And yeah, just know that you're super loved. And also, if you like this video, do not forget to like it. Please subscribe to my channel. That would mean so much to me. I'm really trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. And share this video with someone that you think it could be helpful. 2, 4, I don't know. It's like 11:30 right now. But yeah, until next time, I hope you all have a great day, and I will talk to you later.